What's up, Juventini? Alberto here. Got all your Juventus news. It's international break. We're on international watch. We got Big Mac returning with an injury. We'll take a look at the details. Yildiz scoring an absolute banger yesterday. And then we've got some news that has given me some bad vibes around Federico Chiesa. I already brought that to all your attention earlier in the week, but now we're going to take a look at it as more reports surface about this potential contract extension. Then we got an absolute wild rumor about Dusan Vlahovic to look at, all right? So like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. First things first on international watch, we got Yildiz scoring an absolute banger yesterday for Turkey in their friendly against Germany. His performance was actually very good, got very strong after the confidence that the goal gave him and whatnot. This has Tifosi asking to see Kenan Yildiz with way more minutes at Juventus so far this season. Look, I'm not feeling so rushed with Kenan Yildiz and the time and the minutes he's getting, all right? We know that Juve holds him in high regard. We saw that with the extension and him and his entourage looking for some type of commitment, okay? And they rushed him through to next gen. He found himself training with the first team and then promoted and staying with the first team. So they hold this kid in high regard. Once Coppa Italia round of 16 starts and whatnot, I think we'll also start to get to see him for more minutes. But I'm not feeling the rush. Let's let everything happen the way it is going right now naturally, okay? But happy to see him put in a strong showing for Turkey there, okay? Now we get to McKennie had to leave the U.S. team and now it's being reported a knee knock and whatnot, but precautionary reasons, and he shouldn't miss any time. Well, we had Federico Chiesa leaving the Azzurri for precautionary reasons and no injury found, yet he still missed several matches. So I'm going to be having close eyes on Weston McKennie. For me, he is a player, based on what he's been given Juventus this season, that absolutely has to be in the lineup against Inter for me, all right? So fingers crossed that it is just precautionary and he doesn't miss this game. Do you feel the same way I do about Weston McKennie so far this season, having to be in there against Inter? Let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree, okay? Now, we get to some rumors swirling around potential targets and everything. Zielinski, his future remains unknown with Napoli, okay? And they are working on a renewal, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere so far. Juventus and Inter are keeping tabs on the player. Look, Zielinski, that's a player that if Juventus, the opportunity arose and they brought in, I would actually be happy to see him come amidst our midfield ranks, all right? So Zielinski, I would like that. It would be a yes from me. Are you a yes or a no? Drop it in the comment section. Jonathan David, that's another one that Juve's been keeping close eyes on, as well as AC Milan, and his price tag has dropped to 40 million euros with the contract ending in 2025. It was 60 million euros this past summer. They are keeping tabs on him. Apparently, he's a player that Giuntoli likes and appreciates, okay? Now we get to Arthur Melo. Apparently, even despite the good performances for Fiorentina, what we are hearing is that he is not going to be redeemed because the salary is too high, all right? So Juve is going to have to try and get creative there and figure something out to try and move Arthur Melo permanently at season's end, okay? Now, we get to Chiesa and Vlahovic. So the reports are that there's optimism around extending Chiesa's contract, okay? But I brought this to you earlier in the week. I'm not getting good vibes, and the reason is because you got these other players all going to 2028 with their extensions. Federico Chiesa, one of the few world-class players we actually possess on our roster, is only going to be getting a one-year renewal. This gives me bad vibes. And the report today also suggests exactly what my fear is, that this could just be setting things up so that Juve doesn't lose him on a free and he doesn't enter his final contract year, and that they can get a large sum on a sale. In my personal opinion, we shouldn't be thinking about selling Federico Chiesa, but this is giving me bad vibes, and that maybe there are some doubts, or maybe the relationship isn't as great as it's being talked about. I'm getting bad vibes. Are you? Let me know in the comment section, all right? Now, we get to Vlahovic and the wild rumor here. Vlahovic, it's being reported that Atletico Madrid are going to offer Morata and 50 million euros to get Dusan Vlahovic. This one I'm not buying for a second, but for the sake of hypothetical and discussion and whatnot, what if I still stand by what I said yesterday. Sell Dusan outright for the money. Spread it out through the club. As far as a Morata return, I'm done with player returns. All right. I've said this to everybody. No more player returns. Okay. And he's already been back here like 17 times. It's done. It's over. I'm sorry, Alvaro. Okay. For me, he's too emotional. He's very streaky as well. I'm going to pass. Sell Dusan for the money. But I will say this. In terms of Chiesa and Vlahovic, I do believe one of those players will be sold and potentially this summer by Juventus. That's my feelings. You guys feel the same way? Let me know in the comments section. This wraps up today's video. I'll be back tomorrow with another daily update video as always, no matter what. Fino alla fine. Forza Juve. Let's get healthy. And all those Azzurri players that play for Juve, wrap them up in bubble wrap. I don't care what you have to do. Bring them back fit. Okay? We're going to need them November 26th. Take care, everybody.